Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Iris Podcast. I am Ski Free Yeti, coming at you on Discord's new video call layout, which has totally tilted me within the past 10 minutes. Anyways, we're here now. We are ready to get this thing going. We're going to dive right in. Just to quickly wrap up something we didn't get a chance to do last week, and that was Event Week. Guys, Event Week was a bigger success than we could have ever dreamed. We ended up raising a grand total of $2,010 for Rising. That totally messed me up. For Rise Above the Disorder. We had a goal of $1,000 and we doubled it, and that's just insane. And there's just before we get into the next bit here, it's overall thank you to everyone for participating in this event and making it just an absolute success. It was an amazing time. People had fun. Congrats to all the tournament champions, and obviously congrats to us, the admins. Honestly,
I mean, we basically won.
We
right?
basically won the podcast.
We won
map.
Horizon.
Yeah, we won one map.
Yeah. I don't know what this Wii business is. Did you watch Horizon? You had a ringer come in right at the end there.
It's true.
It's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, so let's dive right in now to some shout outs. So guys, I know some of you guys asked, or you had put in donations for a certain amount, and therefore you are receiving some shout outs here on the podcast. We'll start with Specs.
Oh yeah, let's start with me. Where are these? So first of all, gotta shout out some of the boys from the Potatoes. I've been saying all year they're fantastic people. They're not great at Overwatch, but they're fantastic people. The Core, for instance, donated $25. What a guy. Incredible.
The Core.
Great truth. The Core, not Core.
The Core.
The Core.
Yeah.
The Cognitive Pit, the Core. That's the only people in this community it's for. And then also to my longtime buddy, really great guy. I met him in Philly. Salt of the earth kind of guy, minus the fact that he's a Patriots fan. It's Kaz. Love him. Love him. Great follow on Twitter too. Great follow.
Absolutely.
Specs plugging his Twitter, going out of the way to do that. Nice.
At SpecsGG.
Yes, good
Great
one.
Twitter.
Valorant giveaways.
Great Valorant giveaways. You fucking idiot.
Gave away 5 codes.
Yeah, you sure didn't. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. Thug, you got some for us too.
Yeah, I got two entire teams. First, newcomer to the community, really big community in general, and just a really positive force in Overwatch, especially for the few who need a lot of positivity right now. Kane and the entire Bork team, thank you guys for the donations, the support. You guys have been nothing but positive coming in and being a really positive impact on the community. So I know the admins appreciate that. You guys aren't a headache. It's really nice for us. You guys participate and you have fun is exactly what it's about. Second is actually to two teams, probably some of the best branding, the Holy Jalapenos and the Heckin' Habaneros. I mean, if you're looking for a duo, name a better one. Fiscally coming from BethCon, $100 from BethCon. Got that doctor money. It's nice to see some vets again. You get the both sides of the spectrum. You have Bork and newcomer, and then you have the Jalapenos and the Heckin' Habaneros. Been around for a few seasons here. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the support. Y'all are spicy.
NPC.
Absolutely. Well, I have a whole team as well. I also have the Jetpack Cats, the team that's going to be blasting off. They're going to be blasting off. A great team. Cinnamon, poor lowly little college student Cinnamon donated $50 to shout out her team. That was just amazing. Everybody on the Jetpack Cats is great. I see them going places. And I actually see them You know what? I've got a prediction for later. I'm gonna predict for the Jetpack Cats a little later. I got something. The other person that really stood out for me was Malalia. She donated $50, and the only French I know is omelette du fromage. Right? Everybody knows that one. She's omelet, but she actually told me something interesting. In France, she said in France they don't make 2-egg omelets because in France 1 egg is enough. Okay, I had to do it. I'm sorry.
You okay?
Well, and
Specs?
that'll do it this week for the Iris podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
All right. Well, that was fun, guys.
Experience.
Let's close it out for the day.
Everything's fine.
Anyways,
Everything's fine here. Everything's fine.
fine.
Don't worry about it.
everything's fine. That dumpster that is a very good depiction of what it was as soon as I opened up this video call, by the way, for me. I didn't know it went in front of you too. That's nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That's-
I worked on this a little bit. Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. Anyways, yeah, a few more shout outs. First off, I'm going to go to a guy who's new to the community this season, came in with a little org that's been kind of struggling to really get any traction so far, but they just racked up a nice win against newcomers Lynx Esports, and that is for Pinhead from Volume 51, donating $25. Thank you for that. And then I have to also go to an entire team, actually. It's a team that I will never pick for anything successful ever. And the main reason is because of the person who made this donation, and that is Nixall. That is $50. $50. Thank you, Nick.
Forever in our hearts.
Forever in our hearts. But your team can't win a game. Anyways, and then last but certainly not least, we do have the one, the only Cavalier, who for some reason is asking for me to shout him out. I don't know why. Yeah. He is technically my boss here. At least in the volunteer
he thinks
sense.
highly of you. His donation put us over 2,000.
It did. It was the $2,000 donation. And Cav, good. I just have one thing to say to you, buddy. Oh my God, I want you to do me. And now we begin with the first part of the Iris podcast today, and that is Amp It Up. We're going to take a look now at all of the Week 2 action, or Week 1 of Stage 2 action, I should say. First and foremost, to the panel, the question is, what stood out to you in Week 1 of Stage 2? And today we're going to start with Thug.
Thanks, guys. Thug goes first. What the 4-0 -1 happened? Like... that can you get any more one-sided matches? I'm looking at going like, God, those all must have been over in like an hour. It was surprising. I didn't expect to when you reseeded everything. I expected a lot closer matches, a lot closer 3-1s, 3. Oh my goodness!
Oh God,
you're gonna look phenomenal,
handsome, real handsome,
really handsome. I expected closer matches. I really did. It kind of flabbergasted me, but. Yeah, that's what stood out.
He's put it in the trash.
No.
Specs, your turn.
Go to NPC.
I'll go to NPC. All right, we'll go to NPC.
He
first.
spilled on himself. Oh
okay.
no,
he's whiteboarding.
All right. What?
Oh God.
All right.
That's fair. That's fair. I can respect it.
Okay. What stood out to me is something that bothered me a lot. Okay, we're in the second stage now. I want to talk about the alt F forfeit. Okay.
unlucky.
Look. Okay. I got a message for all the GMs out there. I want to tell you something. Don't focus on bringing talent to your team. Okay. Bring people. Bring good people. It's important that your team gets along and actually want to play together. Okay. Rather than having talented players that all hate each other. Okay. You want people that want to play together, even if they're bad, because that's going to help you get better as a team. And it was Shakespeare who wrote, "It's better to have played and lost than to have never played at all."
That was deep. That was real deep.
And Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Good old Billy.
Specs, what you got?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be positive here for a minute, which is, I guess, a little bit.
Press
different.
X in the chat, boys. Can we get some X in the chat?
There. So I actually want to talk about not arguably, after what they did to Second Chance. Oh wow, I'm hurt. Want to talk about Havoc. Obviously, they had a little bit of a roster shakeup recently here, and in my opinion, lost arguably their most vital player in Ymetra or Travis. Besides the fact that he's a thrower and trying to join a better OD team because he thinks he can be good or something. They picked up a new support player, Como, or Kumo. I'm not sure how to pronounce
Kumo?
it. Kumo, sure, let's go with it. Honestly, had some real big shoes to fill. To be completely frank, didn't think that whoever it was going to live up to them. But after watching back the VOD they had against Pogfish, after watching back their OD games this weekend, after they played in the tournament against Second Chance, I think it was a Midwest Esports Invitational or something like that. Incredible player, incredible leader with them and with Nerdables as their support line. It's a scary team there. And I know we've been talking about them for a while, but when Nerdables is saying this is one of the best players I've ever played with, that you have to take that with some stride and really, really appreciate that.
Notables has played with a lot of good people.
Yes,
so.
he has.
He's okay.
Notables is good people.
Yes.
So
That's true. Handsome young man.
Kansas City.
Whatever. They had great barbecue.
Good Bowl champions.
Hey, just a really quick though, and I see a lot of people putting in their giveaway entries right now, including Modern Lion Art, who I think has roughly 20 in now. Just get your giveaway entries in. We will be drawing during the comms check. Or we will be cutting off entries, I should say, at the comms check. So after that point, all entries will qualify for next week's giveaway. So this week's cutoff again is at comms check. So make sure you get those in before then. Final thing for me, I guess, just again on the first question to ramp it up, and that is, he's back. The king has returned. Take over his kingdom. That's right, it is kingdom. He's back. He brings his tanking skills to Illusion, and lo and behold, Illusion wins their first match of the season. Big crucial one as well, taking that first one in a really, really good match as well. They needed it badly. They really need to get out of the basement, and this first match honestly is a great stepping stone for them for the rest of the way through. And that team has a lot of good players on it. But most importantly, the king is back, everybody. 2-time All-Star, making a case for perhaps another run at it.
So I sense you being very conflicted as to vote against Nixall, but for Kingdom. It's how are you reconciling that, Yeti? I see.
All right. Anyways, all right. Next question. What are you looking forward to in week 2 of stage 2? Go ahead, Thug. You're first.
I'm staying in Transcendence tier. Parody, please make us be kind of right. Okay, so admin team's looking at, we set this up and we're looking like, I'll see if this works. I hope it works. Hope teams don't fold out there for. Hope they can stick together even if they don't have much of a chance out there for. And really just kind of push to the end because everyone has a chance for the playoffs out there for. Just parity. I want to see more parity. I want to see some competitive drive, even if it looks like you're up against the ropes. Things are going to get really tight. We only have 3 matches this stage, so yes, that's what I'm looking for.
2 matches. There very easily could be 2 matches left for teams this season. Period.
Yep.
Some teams will not make the playoffs. So
absolutely.
Something to keep in mind, guys. We're really coming to the end here very quick. So, anyways, Specs, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it's the as much as I would love to say a certain matchup coming this week, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it. It's the Pool A and Pool B in the Discord tier. I think the most amount of parity that exists in the community at this point is at those 2 levels. At this point, anything can happen. Really interested to kind of see how it all shakes out and who really comes to the top, and the teams that finish 4th in their pool, how they kind of come back and how they rally coming into the playoffs here.
For me, I'm looking at 2 things, actually. I'm looking at, obviously, the matchup of the 2 titans of the Transcendence tier, that is Havoc and the Houston In-Laws, both teams undefeated to this point. I never thought I would say that about the Houston In-Laws at the beginning of the season, but here we are. Kind of makes me sick to my stomach thinking about the fact that Specs is 6-0 in the Transcendence tier. Anyways.
Yet to lose a match. 2 teams yet to lose a match.
Lost one in the Discord tier, though.
3 teams. He's marfing it.
Yeah, he's marfing it. Yeah, that's true.
LF specs, yes, we know.
Alright.
They're my big specs. Anyways, but
Alright.
the other thing I'm looking forward to is specifically the featured debut of Lynx Esports, brand new team to the community. They get an opportunity to showcase their stuff in the feature this week. Should be a lot of fun. NPC?
Okay. I am looking forward to the C and D matches in the C and D tiers, right? All the tiers, all the groups. I want to see C and D games because, like, for that bottom tier this week, this is the make it or break it week. Okay, this week means a lock in. Okay, for teams that won last week, this week is their lock in week. If they win again, they're locked in the playoffs. And for teams that lost last week, they have to win this week to keep hope alive. And for those teams that lost last week, you know what time it is. It's crunch time.
These are actually really freaking good.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
your crunch time
actually,
moment.
like, I'm not
Cheesy
kidding.
taco.
That's
the
fucking
taco ones. Get the taco.
Seriously,
Oh,
look at this. Look at
they're
this.
so good.
They're so
10
good.
out of 10. 10 out of 10. What do you think,
Seriously.
Specs? Any idea or no?
Steel Reserve.
You can also get cheddar ranch. It's pretty good too. All right.
No, you drink that when you're apparently deciding you want to have a bad time.
This is, we had a cheap beer night in the house, and my dad thought a 24-pack of these were a good idea.
Wow.
High gravity.
8.1.
Yeah. High gravity, right, NPC?
Absolutely. I love it.
All about the gravity. Anyways, final thing and amp it up. Bold prediction for the remainder of the season. Thug, take it away.
It's crunch time for Thug.
Thug's mid crunch time. You got to cut him some slack here.
All right. Pogfish won't win another match this
You're-
Oh
stage.
God!
Whoa.
Whoa!
You're kidding me.
Wow! You're giving up on
That's
the
bold.
Pogfish. Oh,
You know
I'm not
why
giving. I'm not giving up because I will never give you up. Never let you down. Come on, guys. Really?
I was
Pog,
almost
you
there. I
guys-
was about to say it.
Oh. Pogfish are not. I just don't see it, man. That's a tough freaking tier. That's what I think. Pogfish don't win on the match this stage because they're saving it all for the playoffs, baby.
All right.
Sandbagging.
Specs, what do you got?
My prediction is also about Pogfish.
Oh boy!
Ironically.
Do we
Oh,
have
boy.
opposites?
Oh my God!
We didn't plan this either.
No,
That
we
is-
didn't.
that
This
is-
includes the playoffs. They will not win a playoff game.
Oh, wow! As a reminder, Pogfish did go, I believe, 8-4 in the Open Division. So good run for them in Open Division this season.
You heard that, Pogfish?
Mhm.
It's crunch time.
NPC, what do you got here?
Okay. Bold prediction. Here we go. I teased it earlier.
It's crunch time. It's crunch time, boys. It's really crunch time. Can we can we just
These are
verify if
crap.
there's any crunchers in the chat? I just want to be
They're
sure.
These are so good. They're like addictive.
I can't not eat them. Like I reached for them like several times during the cast. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. The Jetpack Cats. They get to the playoffs, okay? They're down 0-2 at halftime, and then they have a DC, and they call in a substitute player who
Oh,
comes
God.
in, pushes the team to a reverse sweep, and then they advance to the semis.
I don't heart that.
Bold prediction. Bold prediction.
Bold prediction is who's the sub NPC?
I
I guess it might not be you
don't
this
know.
time.
Don't know. 2-time back to back. I don't know. Just
The
saying.
old 2-time over here. All right.
Asterisk.
My bold prediction is regarding a team that I just ripped, Illusion and Beer Pressure. I'm predicting both Beer Pressure and Illusion will get into the playoffs, and both of them will win their play-in match in the playoffs as well. So we will
Double
see
bold.
both of them progressing through the playoffs a little bit. I think those teams have retooled nicely. I think this is a good sign for them, and I have good feelings about those teams the rest of the way. All right, we're going to get into our weekly highlight montage, courtesy of Vila for this week. Please be sure, everybody, make sure you are submitting those highlights in the hashtag match clip submission channel. Make sure you format them correctly so we can easily find them, and just get them out there, guys. It's a great opportunity to get your name out there, and just kind of something cool that we're working on putting together. And we're going to be putting all these highlight montages onto YouTube very soon as well. So with no further ado, And welcome back, everybody. Thanks again to Vila for that awesome montage. We certainly do appreciate your work as always. We're now moving on to our next weekly segment, and that is Mount Rushmore. We will take a stand and pick us. Everybody's going to pick a different opinion here across 3 or 4 questions on different things in the Tranquility community. We will start off with Thug with the question. Well, we've talked a lot about individual players.
Yep.
We've talked a lot about teams. What we haven't talked a lot about is duos or lines or something like that.
Sure.
You know, we talk a lot about DPS, but let's talk about some other people. Let's talk about the best support line across all tiers. So which team has the best group of supports?
This was a hard one because I think there's a lot that you could argue, and we will, because there's 4 of us, and I think we probably all pick different ones just by chance. I am going to pick. I stayed in Harmony tier, and I picked a team, little squad of children called the Flashbacks. Brig and Jonovan. Solid lineup. They're consistent. They don't get suspended. They don't make me want to punch walls. Those are all really big things to have when you are playing sport. They keep that team alive, and I think they both are underrated because Mr. Quick Plays in there, teabagging, flanking back lines, popping solo ults. So they kind of get forgotten. So that's my duo.
All right. Specs, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously I had to keep it in the Transcendence tier here. I think there's 3 real support lines that kind of stand above and beyond everyone else. I'll leave one of them to the imagination because I'm not going to talk about that line, but I think they're up there. See ya, Thug. I'm going to go over to Second Chance because as great as Havix is, I think the flexibility between Lucio, which ironically is his name, and then Sumi is incredible. They have pretty much every support hero on lockdown and play it at a GM to top 500 level pretty easily. That support line is really the backbone of that team, as much as Smugs or Khosrow is. And watching them play this weekend against some high level talent in an OD, that support line is incredible.
NPC.
All right. So we're talking about support lines, and I went looking at rosters and I went looking at teams, and when I was looking at their rosters and I was looking at their lineups, I looked at a team, and when I looked at their roster, I was like, this team is the Spanish Inquisition of supports. Basically, everybody's a support player on this team, and it's Illusion, Honey, Booth, Nick, Drugs. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of support. A lot of good support players, and with that many support players, I mean, you can talk about duos and synergy all you want, but when you have at least 4 of them, you could play everything. It's not going to matter who's banned.
They're like the never mind. I was going to make a really terrible joke, but I can't.
You got to do it now. We're all primed.
Did you say it's definitely the jockstrap of the team? Yeah.
They're big supporters.
Are they the the underwire?
I'll
see you guys later.
Good talk. All right. Hey, thanks for playing, man. No, there's a lot of good support lines out there. Obviously, I think Caliber's support line is one of the top out there for sure. But we talk about these great teams all the time. And great, we know your team is good. We know your support lines are good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. But for me, like a support line, I think that goes unappreciated is the support line from Tough Luck. I know they're a relatively highly rated team, but at the same time, everybody talks about Aura and Rigmadon with that team, but that line of Capital, Hybrid, and Flufflepuffs is very strong. Hybrid and Flufflepuffs, both former all-stars in their own right. Capital, obviously, a very well-known predominant Lucio 1 trick that's trying to convert into something else, and feeding on that as well. But nonetheless, Tough Luck, that support line is very strong and a big part of why they're doing as they are. Let's take it over now to something a little beefier, if you know what I mean. Something a little meatier. You're getting what I'm getting at here.
Nope. You want
The
to keep
Meteors?
talking about it?
No, not the Meteors. Meteors, dead team.
Oh.
Dead team.
Hmm.
Let's go
Alright.
to the best tank line across all tiers. Go ahead, Thug.
Best tank line. Again, this is very difficult. There's arguments to be made about every team. I went with the Havoc tank line of Dunzo and Omega Ruby. A consistent, solid tank team or tank duo, and I got to especially shout out Dunzo, who's been a man of my heart for many seasons. The shart heard around the world, and I don't know if you check his Twitter out too. There is a mustache on that man.
Incredible.
It is.
It's fantastic.
Let's
I
just
love
say it's giving me the vapors.
All right.
Uh,
Go ahead, Specs.
I hate saying this because this team is getting way too much love tonight. I have the tank line of Illusion.
Man.
I know.
It's like
I don't think we've
the
ever said.
Banner day for Illusion is what it is.
right?
I mean, their Overwatch play isn't banner worthy, so it's fine. So I think that the addition of Kingdom there is just that it puts a team in a clash of their own, especially in the C&D tier there. The fact that they have that tag line at this point with Player, with Kingdom, and with Nick is it's a top 3 tank line in the tier. So
NPC, who you got?
Okay, well, I talked about the Spanish Inquisition of support lines. So it would be very remiss of me to not mention Airstrike with Cryptic Force and Cactus. Okay? I mean, I got to talk about Cryptic Force. He's still a feeder, okay? But he feeds a lot less. I don't know. I kind of think he's feeding less. I feel like he's improved. He's improved considerably.
Let's.
Is this a
let's-
like? Can we buy sell? Can we buy sell right here?
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yes.
Cryptic is still a feeder. We bought. We fought.
We're all
Okay,
in on
okay.
that.
I know. But I'm just saying. I got to talk about it just a little bit. Cryptic Force, Cactus, decent tank.
For me, I went with 2 tanks from the Discord tier. I went with Normac and Bray. You know, and this time obviously we go to the high end of the tiers. But for me, a lot of times your tank line kind of defines where you end up. The anchor of your team. A feeding tank just means you lose generally. Cryptic. But in God damn it with the Cheez-Its.
They're really good.
They're really
Not even a
good.
dinner yet.
Honestly, they're
Gunstar.
great. They're really good.
Wow.
All right. Anyways, no, they. I went with Normac and Bray from Caliber. Just really, really talented duo for sure. They're really the only players who are playing every map on Caliber, and that's for a reason. They're just a dominant duo, and I think they're the main reason why we've seen so much success from Caliber so far this season. So, all right, let's take it off to a different thing now. We're not going to do DPS. DPS, you're great. We're happy for you. You shooty your guns. We get it.
Whoa, big whoop.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some history here. We're going to go to the best 5-map match this season so far. We've had a lot of 5-map matches, a lot of really good ones. Let's talk about some of them. Thug, take it away.
Okay, I want to take you guys back in time, to last week.
Way back.
While.
Okay.
Listen, it is. Illusion to go down 2-0 and then beat. Reverse that thing. Illusion's getting so much love, it's insane.
Yeah.
We need to tone it down.
No way, no freaking way. Because you look at the makeup of that team. It's a bunch of people that have a lot of longevity. 2 seasons, 3 seasons, some 4 seasons. Looking at you, Kingdom. Looking at you, Pixel. Looking at you, Drugs. It's huge. They've very quickly turned into my favorite team in the Discord tier because of those people. To not win a single map all of first stage, to go down 2-0, and to still not say fuck it, we're done, and just tilt, to turn around and beat that thing. Huge map 5. I can only imagine what it did for the confidence of that team. The team obviously loves playing together. When you can run a 10-man roster and not have people like Alt F4 out of the thing,
what you did there.
Thank you.
These are very pointed references you're making.
Oh yeah. But no, that it was a massive map 5 win. It was probably pivotal for if any turnaround's gonna happen. Mentally, this is it.
Specs.
First of all, speaking of reverse sweeps,
All right, let's move on from specs.
okay. So
Yeah.
from there, of course, I'm gonna pick a match that I played in this season. I can't not. It was the Hanamura Hellhounds versus Alt F4 Week 2. First map was incredibly dominant from us. Second map was incredibly dominant from Hanamura. Third map was incredibly dominant by us, and then fourth map was incredibly dominant by Hanamura. And then map 5 went to 0.3, 100 to a 99, as close as you can get. Some really, really good Overwatch and some high level players there. Disappointed didn't get to see it happen last week, but we move on and we'll hopefully see it in the playoffs.
NPC.
Well, Vol mentioned it in the chat. For me, it's got to be potatoes versus comets.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that game literally lasted days.
It literally lasted days.
Literally.
It was a memorable map 5. Okay, because it was a Cinderella story for the potatoes. They started out season 1, basically almost made playoffs, but got eliminated right away. Season 2, season 3, same story. Always bottom.
Always the
team.
bridesmaid.
Yeah, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Not even the bridesmaid. They were like they were like the person who helps pick up the train.
They were the +1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, they were just never a great team. And this season they've got their act together. They're coming back. They're making a comeback, and they were at their top of their game. This was their best game so far, and it was like a bad soap opera though. It goes all the way to the end, overtime, extra rounds on Havana. It's right at the end. We're in a team fight. It could go either way. Overtime's burning away, and then everybody disconnects from the server. The servers have issues, and then they just have to quit. And they reschedule for Sunday. So everybody has to wait like a whole week, and then they replay that entire map, finish it out, not just to finish a 3-1, but to get that 2-2 and go on to a map 5. It was just an amazing, amazing game. I'm going to post links to the YouTube VODs in the chat, and if you want to go check those out, part 1 and part 2, they're both amazing. That was it for me. That was the pinnacle of map 5 right there.
NPC came prepared there. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
You are the prep king.
Yes, he wins this one. For me, the best 5-map match was actually we have to go back to week 1 for this. It was the debut match of Hanamura Hellhounds versus Tailwind. Again, Hanamura Hellhounds map 5 seems to be. I'm sorry, that was a 4-map match. Now that I actually look back at the scoreboard, well, I'm in trouble now because I didn't come with a backup.
All right, Tailwind versus Caliber 2-1-1 this week. This last week. It was a rematch of Caliber Tailwind preseason week 1. Caliber ended up taking it in the preseason, so this was a rematch for them. Tailwind came back and won 2-1-1 this week, when it actually matters.
How about Tailwind, huh?
How about them?
Tailwind? Just answering the call, just with their crunch time attitudes, it seems. Anyway.
It's crunch time. It's crunch time, boys.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it is crunch time. Anyways, well, we're going to that. We're going to go to the next question here. So we talk a lot about how this community is about more than just Overwatch. About this little screwed up little family we've built on here. So the question I have is not so much about who's a great player, who's a great coach, who's a great I'm talking about who's a great community contributor. So let's talk about people who are great non-player, non-coach community members. So you go ahead and start us off, Doug.
This was hard. There's a lot of people that do a lot of work behind the scenes and get little to no thanks. For me personally, I'm. It's got to be Juke.
Yeah.
Likely one of the most thankless jobs of anybody. What the man does to produce or coordinate production of 3 matches a week when you have a flaky bunch of people, for the most part. There's very few people that are as dedicated as he is to it. Juke puts a lot of hours in. He puts a lot of effort into it, and all these great streams of these feature matches you see on this channel likely would not happen if it wasn't for Juke. So,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so much going
my
on
God.
in his production booth. It's just it's so crazy. And then like you know, there's one little mess up, and everybody's all up in his thing. They go, "Oh, this is messed up," and you know, he does so much.
it's insane. Like for me, it's he's hands down. There's a lot that are a lot of number twos, but Juke for me puts in a ton of hours in it. Yeah.
What do you got, Specs?
Yeah. Also coming at it from the production side. I have Dor. Incredible caster, absolutely insane. He's doing collegiate events, professional events, and once a week at least he's coming in and doing one of our games. Great dude, incredible casting, and not just in Overwatch. He does a lot of Rocket League as well, which I've seen him do that as well. And I have no interest in the game, but he made it fun. He made it interesting. The way he kind of takes a story of a match and brings it from beginning to end is just top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Really well dressed too.
Very well.
Yes.
His boot collection.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing of legends.
Yeah, Dor has basically become the voice of tranquility. It's for good reason. He's phenomenal at what he does. So, for me, I'm gonna go actually again back to the casting booth, and I'm going to go with a person who came into the community relatively new, had a lot of casting experience coming in, has done a fantastic job since they've been a part of the community. Very, very good casting voice. Definitely a great accompaniment to that Dor who is part of this community now, and that's Captain Jack. He stepped in and he's a natural. He's a clear natural. He's done a phenomenal job. He just kind of steps in and he's been great. He's been absolutely great. If he's casting one of your matches, he's going to do a great job. No question about it. So kudos to him for really stepping up and just doing excellent work so far. So, and I realized I stepped in front of you, NPC, but I wanted that one because it was my last one. So
that's fine. I wrote all of those down, and I have like a long list because I wasn't even sure where you guys were going to go.
Yeah,
okay,
there's like a lot. There's so many of you guys.
There are so many, but there's somebody else that does production. There's somebody else that does a whole lot behind the scenes and doesn't get recognition for half the things that happen. That's Cavalier.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
You guys feel so bad because he's not on your list. Cavalier, he does so much. He does so much for the tournament. I mean, he doesn't, he's not always making the posts. He's not always making the announcements, but he produces every match on Wednesdays while everybody else gets to play.
Mm-hmm.
He produces that Wednesday night match for the show on Friday for Transcendence Tier. He does so much for us, and we just really appreciate him a lot.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize just how much he puts into this. Like, it's a lot of the back end stuff. It's a lot of the stuff that a lot of people don't see. It's the roster tracking. It's the SR verifications. It's the art assets. Like the stream package. The stream package art. That's Cav.
Insane.
That's Cav. Completely his. Obviously I think he templated out a little bit, but it's completely his. He helped create a ton of logos. Obviously he helped create 33 logos this season, and I know he used some clip
art services, right?
But I mean he brought the logos together and made them fashion, gave teams an identity, he gives the community an identity. He redid our logo this off season. Like, I could keep going. There's so much freaking more. Like all those spreadsheets, he does all those. That's all him.
He's one of those people where I'm going in to do things and I'm like, oh shoot, I'll fix that in the spreadsheet later.
Right.
I'll do something else, and I come back and he's kind of messed with it, made it all look pretty, and I'm like,
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Cav. Yeah. Thanks, Cav. No. Yeah. But seriously, like we like obviously. Thug, NPC, and I are much more outward admins. Like we're way more in your face about what we do. Cav is the true Cav is the true backbone of this community, without question.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, shout out to Cav. All right, guys, we are gonna go now to the comms check. Get your last giveaway entries in right now. We'll be closing entries in about 30 seconds, so get those in right now for this week's giveaway.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's halftime, and you know what that means.
I leveled up.
Zoom.
Okay, unfortunately, I didn't write Zoomer jokes, but
What? I quit the
okay,
team.
okay, all right.
He's throwing.
Okay, but no, I have dad jokes. It's good enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Relatable.
Lamp in Bastion's room.
Where'd he go?
He's trapped.
The lamp, stay in the lamp. Honda's left. Fars. Farming barrage. She's one.
God damn it, man.
There's a lamp right here. Where did you die?
I want to live. I want to go back.
What do you mean go back? Where did you fly to?
Oh, let's go, team. Draz, where's your team spirit, dude? Where's your fucking icon player? What is the difference?
Yeah, honestly.
I think maybe Hal
One of us has to be the demon, damn it.
the emblem, you fuck.
Somebody here has to be the demon.
Ryan is
Oh, that's awkward.
Ryan is behind us, guys.
I'm in an awkward position. I want to try and res that.
Unfortunately, their pause allowed me to see Ryan is right next to you, Vix, to your right.
To my right? Is he flank shattering? I have wall in 1 second.
Are you barraging right now?
I am.
Yeah, he
My
is.
screen
Oh, God.
currently is perfectly hilarious for Vix about to be shit on.
Am I? Wait, do I need to ice block immediately? Like, what's happening? Wait, do I need to ice? Yeah, mix. This is a life or death situation. Do I need to ice block? Do I need to ice block?
That's cheating. I'm gonna leave it up to you.
No.
Not cheating. It's called
buddy.
strategizing.
Wait a second. Do I need to ice block?
I think you.
No, you're fine.
If you step forward a second, you will be fine.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Nice.
Just stand on the left.
No,
Nice, cool. Lose one. Back up point. Left. Sigma in the back. Sig one. Signal. Back still. Nice. Who's your this? Nice. Ball, one. Nice.
I'm doing the one rollout.
Yeah,
just tell me when.
I'm wrong.
Oh my god, can you bubble this? Can you bubble?
I'm doing the rollout. We're going. I'm going with Kevin.
I'm falcing.
Dead.
I took it for you.
No, Bap is one. Oh! No, 5%!
Alright, remember, play JPC Overwatch.
Yep.
We got this. Let's
The
have...
faster we win, the faster we play Valorant.
Discord Arissa.
Arissa's really low.
Keeping you up.
For 3, get this free.
Last fight, use ults.
Yes, good call. Use ults.
Yeah. We got this. We good.
Nice,
good
job.
Why is Junkrat so broken?
I just want to say I channeled you.
Your brain is broken.
Thank you.
It's too big.
Thank you.
Runs one.
Go on, right.
We beat it. No beat.
Right. Right south.
I'm touching. I'm slamming point. Let's go. Let's go. The run's on. Careful.
Okay. Just remember. What's the? just remember, guys.
Remember me, Simba.
Why couldn't Genji go to prom? He had no body to go with.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Why doesn't Mercy have to go to the DMV? Because heroes never drive.
Excellent.
Okay. All right.
It's not Mount Rushmore again. That was a lie.
Mount Rushmore 2.0. Here we go.
Thank you again, Impers. We appreciate you as always putting that together. We will now go to our weekly segment, Question of the Week. This one was submitted by VoidKit. That question is, which team in each tier is most likely to pull off a huge playoff upset? We'll start off with Thug. Who you got in the Harmony tier?
I picked Jetpack Cats. They're kind of a wild card of a team. You don't know. Like 1 week they're pulling out these 4-0s. The other week they're losing 3-2 to DDoS and getting reverse swept. I'm on DDoS and not very good. It's such a hard team to pin down what's going on or what's going to happen each week. So by that definition, I think they're going to be somebody that'll surprise people, and maybe NPC will join after it. Asterisk.
I have no idea. It might happen.
Specs, you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Bork. No, they haven't had a ton of success this season within the regular season, I guess. But we saw them really turn it up in the preseason finals. They I don't know. They just seem like a clutch team. I think they can. They're a good group of people. Can kind of see them turn it up. So we're gonna go with that.
NPC.
Hey, I got another soapbox thing here.
Oh boy, here he goes.
I'll tell you how this like playoff upset's gonna happen. Okay, this is a note for all the GMs and captains out there. Get your clip button ready because you're gonna want to play this back for your team later. Okay, if you have the top 2 seeds, you'll get a bye week and potentially face off against a D tier team, somebody on the bottom of the barrel, somebody who just barely squeaked in. And your team is going to try to blow off practice and scrims. They're going to go play Valorant or Animal Crossing or whatever. Okay? So unless you want to lose to a team with a record of 4-5, then you better practice, okay? Because you have to be the team you know you can be. If you don't scrim, you will lose to a team that isn't as good as you, and you'll only have yourselves to blame. And that's exactly what's going to happen because Karma is gonna defeat their first playoff match. They're gonna win it. They're gonna come in facing a team that thinks, it's just Karma. They don't matter. They're not gonna win. Whatever. We're gonna go play Valorant, and then they're gonna come back, and they're not gonna be able to play Overwatch. And that's what's gonna happen.
It's because they won't. Anyways, moving on. Are you okay, Thug?
Yeah. Okay. Listen. Gravity. I mean. It's funny hearing you.
No, that's exactly what happened. I'm just saying. Apex comes out, and then everybody's playing that instead, and then you start losing games, and everybody's like, whatever.
And you drop one of the aim bots, and it's all over, guys.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm going to go with a team who has been very vocal in chat tonight, and I wrote this down before that because if I had seen this now, there's no way I would have picked them because, dang, Giz won't shut up. But
Giz won't
shut up tonight. But I'm picking Paradise. I think they're a team who's figuring their act out. They're getting used to how the community operates. Got some great players on that team. Yapper, Giz, obviously both very talented. Team definitely is showing some promise. I think D tier has been a great, or C tier in the Harmony tier has been a really good opportunity for them to just kind of get a little bit more comfortable and really kind of sort stuff out, and it shows. And I think they're starting to really figure it out. They had a great win last week against Bork. That was a very, very big win. Probably against the strongest team, in my opinion, in that tier. And I think they might have just overtaken Bork with that. So let's go to Discord tier now with Thug. Who you got?
This one we've been tooting this horn all freaking night.
Damn it.
It's Illusion, baby.
Yeah, it's mine too.
Thug goes first, bitch. Dude, last week for Illusion was a big catalyst. It was a really, really massive reverse sweep. Are they finding the right combo of players? Are they finding the right vibe for that team? Are they just starting to have fun playing Overwatch again? I don't know, but I'm hooking my wagon to Illusion, and I'm gonna ride this one all the way.
I just spilled the mic.
Anyone else want to pick Illusion as well?
Go, Specs, who you picking?
I mean, I had Illusion as well, but I'm gonna call a bit of an audible here. Looking at the D tier, Beer Pressure wins a match, but other than that, question marks around there. I don't think a team from C tier or Group C wins a playoff match, and then that kind of leaves B left. And I think I'm gonna go with Tough Luck. I don't see them beating Eclipse right now, which whatever happens with that happens with that. So the best they're looking at is 4th place. They finished 4th place. They absolutely have the capability to beat a number 1 team, whether it be Caliber or an Airstrike or a Tailwind. They just have a very solid coaching staff behind them that I think is really going to help them continue on the way up the rest of this season.
NBC, who you got?
Well, I also have Illusion, but I also have Beer Pressure. I feel like, I mean, they're making some changes. They you know, they're the 2 teams that didn't do too well in the first stage, but they've made some changes. They're figuring their act out. I feel like Illusion probably more than Beer Pressure, but Beer Pressure definitely have a chance.
Yeah.
I'm going to Transcendence tier, and I am going with NPC's favorite Transcendence tier.
Wait a second. We're in Discord tier right now.
Oh.
Whoa.
We all have to do Discord tier, and then we all do Transcendence tier.
I'm skipping Transcendence tier.
Discord tier.
I also am an idiot.
Okay.
No, if I go on Discord tier, I'm going to personally go with Instalock. I just think there's a lot of talent in that team. We've covered them a lot.
Yeah.
They've kind of always been one of those sneaky teams. I think there's a good chance they could sneak up on a lower B tier team or B group team in the Discord tier. I think they could take out a team who, you know, might be on that lower end of that tier. And I could definitely see them doing that. So I think Sling, Taffy, Muscles, Cognitive Pit, a very good trio right there. Obviously Sacred Walrus, been a long time community member, very solid healer. Definitely a team who could be making a move come playoff time.
Money move?
No, we don't make money moves on the podcast. We want to make we want to make moves that are actually relevant and people care about.
We're adults. We make money.
Yeah, we're adults. We make actual money. Yeah. Transcendence tier. Let's go, Thug.
So Ranley's in chat. Tootin' Malevolent here. Yeah, Malevolent is a team that could be a dark horse. Honestly, any team in Transcendence tier not named Havoc.
Yeah.
So that's who I put. I put Trans tier. Anyone that isn't.
You have Pool.
Havoc.
You have
It's the Field.
Field. Yeah. Field.
That's it, man. This is Havoc's title to lose at this point. They're strong. They have a strong team. They have a strong core. It's a team that knows when to turn it on at the right minute. So yeah, you want your 2-2 Ranley. There's your 2-2. Malevolent is a dark horse to win because you're named not Havoc.
Participation trophy. There you go.
All right. Max, who you got?
All right. NPC had a soapbox tonight. I'll have a soapbox here as well.
There you go.
Malevolent, you guys have played 2 official matches this season, and you're 0-2 in them. Win a match first. Win a match. Come on. Like, you got 4-0 to Havoc, and you lost to Exiles 2-1. You play Second Chance this week. Yeah. And then you play Uncommitted, who knows? I know the people from Malevolent are wanting their praise, but give us something to praise. It's just not there yet. With that though, who is there really someone that can make a run? Poisonous, depending on the rebuild, maybe. I think that's honestly probably the best option there.
NPC, who you got?
I'm actually thinking. I'm thinking Venomous. I'm thinking Venomous because the name makes a lot more sense than Poisonous. I don't want to talk about it again, but I'm just saying snakes are venomous.
Such a trigger for you.
They're not poisonous. They're venomous.
Your Texas is showing.
Yes, I'm sorry. I think Venomous though. I feel like we saw them play in a feature match a few weeks ago. I feel like they've got the right building blocks. I'm not going to say that they're a Havoc contender. They're not going to go all the way and win the finals, but definitely they're going to show up in a way we're not expecting right now.
I don't know. There's a lot of teams in the Transcendence tier. Apparently everybody wants their team talked about. And it is kind of like, what? Like, I don't know if you all
we'll
noticed.
have a special podcast where we'll just name every team.
Well, if it makes you all feel better, we'll give you all participation trophies and start talking about every team in a nice, happy voice. That's not how things work. I'm sorry.
All the teams are going to win this week.
Yes,
I don't know
we're
how.
so happy for you guys.
I predicted all of them to win.
And it's just...
Right, I got to take this over here real quickly. Transcendence tier teams. I'm on one of the upper tier teams at this point. It's Havoc.
This week is.
It's Havoc, and then a good distance, and then Second Chance. We saw them play this weekend in the Midwest Esports Finals, whatever it was named. And then it's In-Laws, and then it's everyone else. Honestly, come on, it's Havoc's to lose. Like, everyone knows this at this point.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
not
hard.
the case. Like, I think I want to get twisted. I
We're not
don't
try- yeah.
think that it's everybody else's bad.
No, it's just they're so good.
It's just they're really good, and
Right.
to be fair, for a team as dominant as they have been, we don't talk about them as much as we do. Like, this isn't a Patriots NFL thing. This isn't honestly a Philly Fusion in Owl. Like, we're not talking about them as, you're right, Spec. We're not talking about them as much as we should be for a team that is dominating the competition. It's absolutely dominant.
I mean, to be honest, if half of their players weren't from Tranquility, OG Tranquility, they wouldn't even be wasting their time in our tournament.
Correct.
I mean, they're here because they're friends of ours. Havoc is here because we like them as people, and they came from Tranquility.
They were all
back
gold
when they
players.
back when they were plat, yeah.
Right.
So that's why they're here. Okay. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be wasting their time with our tournament, because we're just they need to be in open division. They need to be in contenders.
Right. It's not that Havoc is completely unbeatable. It's just there are teams out there who could pull off a massive upset. Is it going to happen? It's highly doubtful. I mean, Havoc is the clear favorite. There's no question about it. But we've seen teams who are completely dominant show cracks in the armor in the past. You know, as Specs said in the past, there are weaknesses when it came to commit.
Obvious.
Yes, glaring weaknesses. It doesn't mean It doesn't mean that Havoc is completely unbeatable. But are we going to sit here and pretend that Havoc isn't an absolute favorite? No, that would be insane. Like, Havoc is an absolute favorite right now in the Transcendence tier. But that said, there are teams out there who can make a run, who could really. It doesn't mean it's over, and that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that the rest of the 15 teams should fold today. You know, we're saying that Havoc's the favorite. Y'all got to try to beat them. It's like Tiger Woods versus the field back in the early 2000s. So that was, I mean, that's before you guys, Zoomers.
I was there.
Yes, but I was there. Yes. So, the team I had picked actually was Orbit. I think Orbit is I think a way better team than a C tier team. I think they should be a B tier team, just to be quite honest with you. I think they're a better team than Uncommitted. I think they're a better team than Malevolent. I think they belong in that tier. I do think they would be facing much tougher competition in the form of Second Chance to Poisonous. You know, I think the competition level would be a very good challenge for Orbit, but Orbit's a really good team, and I think they had a tough time for.
They had a forfeit a match or two.
Yeah, they had a tough couple forfeits because they had TESPA obligations, but they love being here and they love being a part of this, and they really want to push it now. Obviously, TESPA is no longer in play because of COVID-19, so they are just kind of pushing Trank right now and pushing OD, and they're a good team. They're a sneaky good team. There's some really good players on there, and we'll be hearing, I think, a little bit from Orbit as the season goes on.
And their logo gives me the feels.
Yes.
Very nostalgic.
Anyways, all right. So that is the end of the question of the week. Now, I know normally we'd get to announcements, but there's a segment we haven't had, and that's Flashbangs, everybody. We dive into Flashbangs now. For the...
we forgot.
So I was actually
it's crunch time, boys. Oh, God.
You forgot about Flashbangs? I know you forgot about Flashbangs.
I drowned myself in Cheez-It.
Oh, I didn't forget. I thought you forgot.
No. I never forget about Flashbangs. This is the one time I get to go out. I could put you all to the test and have a little fun with you. So,
but my script.
But I have a script.
You wrote me a script, Yeti. I'm supposed to read it.
It's true. All right. Anyways, next page. Okay. Buy or sell is the theme of this week's Flashbangs, everybody. Everybody loves a good buy or sell. We're going to start at the top with the Widowmaker 1v1s, were an opportunity to showcase some of the top DPS talent from the community. Despite some clear favorites being present, 2 DPS with a lot lower levels of exposure came to the tournament and won. And that was upsetting from the Jetpack Cats and solely from Tailwind taking the wins. Both have continued to quietly have very strong seasons to this point. Now let's get a buy or sell. Buy or sell, Upsetting and Solely are both all-star DPS this season. And start with Thug.
Yes. Based on name recognition now. All stars are always popularity contests, and you have to be present and you have to be evident. Not always the best players, sometimes just the most popular players. NPC. Sorry.
The two-time back-to-back all-star, okay?
The Chuck Woolery.
Two-time back-to-back.
Yeah, I buy that.
Thanks.
Buy, maybe. Should they be? Yeah, but again, will they be? I don't know. I think they're definitely all-star caliber. I just don't know if they'll get it.
Go ahead, NPC.
Yes, I think so. I think so for sure. I mean, will they win it because popularity contest? Maybe not, but definitely an all-star contender for sure.
Yes.
Upsetting. I've been on the Upsetting bandwagon since last season. Saw him played against him. It's very upsetting.
Played with him once.
But played with him once. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it happens. These guys are great. I think the real hero of the Widow 1v1 was Falcon for me. Got that 5-0.
That big 5-0.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still waiting for a good hot take so he can make a donation.
Yeah.
Anyways, week 1 of stage 2 had no shortage of moments, and one of the biggest moments was a moment we've talked about a lot. Was Illusion taking their match with One Tricks 3-2, and they have a new retooled roster featuring 2-time All-Stars Player and Kingdom, in addition to Booth, Wog, and Ghost Pants. It's a scary lineup there. Buy or sell, this team is now the favorite in D tier. That includes One Tricks, Maelstrom, and Beer Pressure for reference. Go ahead, Thug.
Bye.
Specs.
Yeah, it's a buy. We don't have to spend more time about.
No,
them.
I know we've kind of filleted Illusion a lot today, more than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. Great word, by the way.
Zoomers don't know what that means either.
I know that's the best part.
Yeah.
No, I think they know. There's this thing called the internet.
Yeah, I was about to say that comes up on their favorite hentai sites or something.
Oh boy.
All right, let's are we good? I didn't hear NBC say buy or sell, but I assume we're good. All right.
We're gonna buy that. Yeah.
All right. Holy Jalapenos have been showing a dominant performance against Comets, winning 4-0 in week 1. Holy Jalapenos, they look to be at full strength, led by community veterans Abe, Bethcon2, and the recently resurgent Malalia, who appears to be having their best season of their Tranquility career to date. Buy or sell, Malalia is the most improved player in Harmony tier. Thug.
What's French for buy? Lay by? I think it's lay by. I lay by that one.
All right.
No, she's having a fantastic season. We talked about it kind of when you guys are watching all the highlight stuff in the comms check. We talked about it. That's a big yes. That's a big yes for a buy.
Go ahead, Specs.
Yeah, really looking at the Specs Award, as some would call it. I think Malalia is an excellent recipient for the Specs Award, because the Specs Award is a great award.
Originally awarded to NPC, but given to Alayla because I had 2 awards, and then it was the Specs Award. So
it's
speaking of improved players, Alayla.
Yes,
I don't know.
That's a good point. I completely forgot about that. Oh boy, they're
Also,
1-2 with it.
Yeah, Malalia wasn't here last season, so if we're talking about improvements during this season, I think Malalia not so much, because she's been consistently good throughout the season. But when you compare Malalia to season 2, she's made some huge improvements in that season she was away.
Mm-hmm.
She came back with Legion, right?
Yes.
Initially, was on Legion for a brief period of time.
Right. And then came back, and she's definitely severely improved. But it depends on how we're going to qualify that. Do we talk about somebody who's improved since last season, or are we talking about somebody who's improved from the start of the season to now? or are we just talking about lifetime? So Malalia for sure, excellent choice.
All right,
But I mean I buy it, but like I said, it's going to depend on how we decided to define most improved.
it's all semantics, NPC.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Bork and DDoS fell in their first Group C matches in the Harmony tier last week. They take each other on this week, and the loser is more than likely going to be eliminated from playoff contention. Bork has a ton of hype behind them, even still, despite the rough performance so far. They really haven't been able to string together success. DDoS has come in with a lot of hype, even being first picked as Specs' horse to win the tier in the preseason. Ski for Yeti was the solution, but they have struggled. Buy or sell, neither of these teams get out of the group, and both are eliminated. So you're buying both of them being eliminated.
So,
anything you want to add to that? Or?
I gotta take a phone call real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, convenient.
Oh,
convenient.
Yeah. Wow, how ridiculously convenient.
It's your friend Thug. Yeah. Please don't get absolutely annihilated next time. We have a scrim that was embarrassing for everybody involved. Please unbind Shift, and I'll talk to you later. Yep. Love you too. Okay, bye. Sorry, I had to take that real quick.
Is that your was that like your mother or something, or?
Yeah, it was it's kind of my side. It's my side piece.
Okay.
I'm not surprised by that. All right, Specs, go ahead.
I forgot the Harmony tier was different than the Discord and Transcendence tier when it came to playoff seedings, and how I said Bork would go on and make a playoff run. They're not gonna make the playoffs. So I buy this. I think these two teams are the bottom of the tier.
NPC, who you got? Or what you got?
The bottom of the tier, but you know what? The other two said buy. I think I'm going to go with sell. I feel like any given week, it's possible they win the next two matches. One of these teams could win their next two matches just because other teams have it on lock. Other teams they're done. They've locked in. They're whatever. It could happen.
I'm going to add to this. I think Bork makes it. I think DDoS doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
He's a solution. I just accidentally opened Valorant, and I'm not kidding you. So it's going to pop up on my screen in a second.
We queuing tonight?
Yeah, we're queuing tonight, boys.
Okay.
No, yeah, drop's not enabled, by the way.
Shorty gang? Shorty gang.
Yeah, Shorty gang, 100%. Anyways, next question. Havoc and the Houston In-Laws both have a continued undefeated run. They both picked up massive 4-0s against Pogfish and the Exiles, respectively. There goes my screen. Closing window. There we go. Bringing back up Discord. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. A little scuffed. All right. They're now set for the biggest clash of the season in the Transcendence tier. Havoc remains the favorite, but we did see a departure that may be hurting them long-term in Yamitra. Buy or sell, Houston In-Laws take a map from Havoc. Not even saying the match. I'm saying a map.
My first. Fudge.
I mean, I can tackle it first if you want.
No, I don't want to hear your voice. I'm gonna go with they will take a map. It's gonna be map 4, and they're gonna play off rolls. Crunch time, bitch.
Specs, go ahead.
Yeah, so
let's go ahead, bud.
Okay. You know, watching back the VOD of Havoc the last week.
Wait. Let me turn myself up here. Continue.
Say the line. Say the line. Say the line.
There was a map which Havoc had obvious weaknesses. I won't say which map.
They're obvious though.
But we will lose map 1.
Oh no.
We will win map 2.
Oh no.
Map 2 will be Volskaya Industries.
Not like this.
We will win map 2. And when this is wrong, I can't wait to see the compilations of
I
it.
hope.
Oh,
I've never
But if
wanted
it
to see a
happens-
team get full held more in my life.
Oh, I typically don't play map 2, so it's not my fault if it happens. That's why I'm saying this map.
Play him
Well,
map
Skya,
2. Play him
please
map 2.
don't.
For the love of
Please
God,
don't.
please play him map 2.
Please
It's worth
don't.
it. It's worth it. You guys are in
Please don't.
playoffs anyways. Worth it.
NPC.
Right. So if I say I buy, it means I think they'll take a map.
Yep.
You
Yes.
believe in me.
That's totally playing map
That's
2.
When you
whoa,
put it
wow.
that way.
All right.
Fuck a man.
You know-
God damn it.
You know, to be, I don't even know. You see, the new in-laws. I mean, the different roster now. I don't even know who they are. So
Don't buy it.
no,
Please don't.
no. Specs told me earlier. He said there's Havoc, and then there's quite a distance, and then the in-laws, and then there's Second Chance, and then everybody else, or Second Chance and then in-laws. So it's like Havoc, Second Chance, in-laws, everybody else.
Second Chance didn't take a map against Havoc this weekend either.
Yeah. So if Second Chance can't do it, in-laws can't do it. Unless, like you said, maybe it's map 4 and they're just off rolls and they're just goofing off.
I am thoroughly of the belief that anything can happen in the Tranquility community. This isn't the
This
time
can't
that's going to happen. So,
No.
I think Havoc's just, and I don't think, and again, it's not that I don't think they can't be beat, but this also plays right into one of their favorite comps, which is dive. The hero pool is so dive oriented. And I could just see Velzen just getting ready to just feed his ass right into Houston in-laws, get a 3K and die every time because he has 0 game sense. But
the only thing the only thing I do want to say about that, and I know we don't typically talk about meta and everything with meta, when we saw dive in the Overwatch League a couple weeks ago, it was with a Brigitte because that hero enables dive.
True.
That
Absolutely
hero
true.
not in it, which is one of Nerdable's best heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Orsted's not on that team.
I got him.
He's got
Right.
a point. Big facts there. Big facts there. Can we get a gif of that dab, please? I need a new Tranquility dab gif. All right, final question of Flashbangs, guys. Animus. They have continued to struggle to get traction in the Transcendence tier this season with only 1 victory so far by forfeit. They are continuing to, or they're going to try to rebuild now with a new stabilized roster. They have 2 matches to go against Orbit and Corvidity. They will need to win one of these to avoid playoff elimination. Buy or sell, Animus in the playoffs. Go ahead. Take it away, Thug.
Sell. I just don't see it with that roster. There's too many deficiencies currently on the team, and not on a skills level. It's more on just a teamwork and synergy level. It's just not there. Corvidity has a lot more synergy as a team. Orbit has a cool logo, and
And they're just a better team.
just a better team. I just don't see it from Animus. I just don't.
What do you think, Thug? Or, I'm sorry,
I'm Thug.
Specs.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No. Sell.
So huge sell.
Go ahead, NPC.
I'm not even sure who we're talking about. Animus, is that a team?
Oh.
Some rare spice.
Some
Mr.
rare-
Wow, got him.
Yeah.
I know.
NPC.
I'm bringing the fire today. I'm bringing the fire today. Yeah, I'm selling it. I just don't. Two games left. They're gonna give it the old college try, but I don't know that their hearts can be in it.
Yeah. That's the end of Flashbangs, everybody. Thanks for that one, guys. All right, we're gonna go now into some announcements here. A couple questions have come up, and I just want to go ahead and answer them. Echo will be available in the Tranquility community for active play once they are available in comp. If they are not available in comp, the teams can agree to allow her in, but by rule, she won't be part of the active roster for that week until she is actively able to be played in comp. So I know a lot of people have asked about that. Echo is coming, I think, tomorrow, right? I believe.
Yeah.
14th, yeah,
tomorrow
tomorrow.
is the launch. Yeah. So Echo will be around. Will she be playable? We don't know yet. We will soon see. Hero pools. People have asked, will they be in play during playoffs? I know Overwatch League does not have hero pools in the playoffs. I do know several other tournaments do, including Open Division, including Contenders. That said, we will be following suit with Open Division and Contenders. Hero pools will be in play during the playoffs. We'll be following the same weekly bans that Overwatch League is putting out. So we will continue to follow hero pools throughout the remainder of the season and the playoffs.
Quick little hot take here. May or may not have a little bit of inside knowledge on this one. That may or may not be changing with the Overwatch League as well. Just a heads up.
Where do you get what? How do you know
He
that?
reads Reddit.
No.
Wait.
No.
It may or may not.
I forget that you're buddies with Halo. That's right. Right. Yeah. Anyways, I forget these things. Yeah, I just leaked your source. Deal with it.
That's not my source. No.
No, not at all. Anyways, and then finally, the final announcement that I have, unless I'm missing anything, guys, correct me if I'm wrong on this, is Beat Drop this week. We'll have 2 beat drops this week on Tuesday and Thursday. You meet about 15 to 20 minutes after the feature match. Those will be with the Fighting Potatoes on Tuesday and Havoc on Thursday. So 2 great opportunities to get to know 2 teams here in the Tranquility community. Those will be on the official YouTube channel. And now it is time for predictions and then our giveaway. So we'll start with the Harmony tier match tomorrow. We see the Fighting Potatoes taking on Flashbacks in B group action in the Harmony tier. Who do you have, Thug?
I have this 3-1 to the Flashbacks. Mr. Quick Play himself is coming off of his recent 3-week suspension with the greatest support line in all of Harmony tier. I see a 3-1 win for the Zoom squad Flashbacks.
Specs, who you got?
There's nothing I love more in this world than watching children's hearts get broken. And that's going to happen this week as well in a nice 4-0. I can't wait.
4-0.
Oh, potatoes.
Whoa, wow, all right.
Dominant.
Thug, who you got? Or NPC, who you got?
Okay. I got 3-1 potatoes. I feel like Flashbacks. Yeah, they're gonna have Wolven, and he's gonna come back. And I don't know. I mean, I saw him play. They're a good team. They really are. They've got obvious weaknesses. I mean, potatoes. I just see that. But yeah, no, I feel like the potatoes are top of their game.
Well, if you watched last week's Jetpack Cats match, they weren't.
Hey, it's like the old adage in theater: a really bad dress rehearsal. The performance is great.
I'm abstaining.
I'm
abstaining as the potatoes coach. So let's go to the Discord tier now. On Thursday, we bring you Alt F4 maybe versus the Southlaws.
Can we just abstain?
Maybe.
It's an unbiased year for me. I can't pick between the team I coach and a sister team. I can't vote.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Never stopped you.
I just don't know. Alta Force having a lot of roster issues. Yeah. I don't know if the match is going to happen. Yeah. So I can't give an answer. I can't.
I wanted to pick 2, but I couldn't do it because I don't know the team. I don't know who's going to be on Alt F4. Maybe they call in a sub halfway through and come in and reverse sweep. You never know.
Rudy.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, if it suddenly roster issues now and it's just like I had predictions for this and now I don't know what the rosters are going to be for either team. And like was said already, we'll see if this match happens. I don't actually know right now. I hope both GMs kind of pull their heads out of their butts and figure it out because they kind of need to right now. I mean, Southlaws just changed GMs to a guy who didn't show up to 2 event week match events, and then Alt F4, who knows where their heads are at? Like, it's not good, guys. Not good. So, and I know, I'm not spitting on Godspeed. I love Godspeed, but the org is struggling, man. You can't deny that it's the case, and it sucks. I know Thug's heavily involved, and I know he's got a sad face on over it.
He's washing his hands. He's done with that.
Let's be honest. It's one person that organization's fault, and it's Mix Ready.
And
It's
it's
always
Specs.
his fault.
Yeah,
And it's
hashtag blame
Specs. And it's
That's
Specs.
Mix.
That's
Anyways, last prediction here I'm sorry, before the upset special. Forgot about the upset special. Do not forget the upset special.
So did all of us.
We all forgot the episode special.
It wasn't in
I'll open up the spreadsheets, boys.
Hey, get the spreadsheets out, boys. Here
All
we
of our
go.
faces got much whiter from the spreadsheet.
Hey guys, all I gotta say is one thing. Crunch time.
Crunch time.
Crunch time. All right. Anyways, let's get the final Transcendence tier prediction out. This is the match that we recorded on Wednesday for Friday. That will be Lynx Esports taking on Venomous. Thug, who do you got this one?
Venomous 4-0 because their name actually makes sense. Boom!
My man.
Specs, who you got?
Oh, Nerdable's here.
Venomous, I guess. Yeah. I mean, they've just been around longer. Just gotta go with that.
Lynx?
Yeah.
NBC, who you have?
I also have Venomous. I mean, 3-1, maybe. I don't know much about Lynx, so it's going to be hard to see like what's going on there. But I basically just name recognition alone, and like Thug said, the name makes sense. It's way better than poisonous. Snakes are venomous. Snakes are not poisonous.
All
Back
right.
to school, Zoomers.
I went with Lynx Esports. I think they take this one 3-1. Lynx Esports also had very quietly a very good OD season. They went 8-4, I believe. Or is it 7-5? Is it 7-5 or 8-4?
7-5.
Still, going anything above 500 in OD is not easy. Really not easy. There's incredible talent in OD, and even having that is great. So kudos to them for that great run, and I do think they take this one over Venomous. Now let's go to the upset specials, guys. Upset specials. Basically, everybody's going to be able to predict a match that they think will be an upset, or at least a perceived upset. Go ahead, Thug.
DDoS over Bork.
Oh boy.
Because DDoS has not won a single map against Bork before. And this is the week. We have a full team. Mix Ready is ready. We actually have PDK carrying us quite a bit. And this is it, guys. This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
This is the week that lost streak will continue. You're right.
Oh,
Hey, we beat
wow.
Jetpack Cats. We beat Jetpack Cats.
One time.
Remember. Hey, it's more regular season wins than Maelstrom.
Oh God!
Whoa!
I was gonna say malevolent.
Specs
honestly.
Thug apologize right now.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jesus! Jesus!
Oh,
Oh
God.
my God!
I
Triage and
thought you said malevolent there at first. No.
Triage and Crispy have families.
Yo, that's FBI's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys next week.
God.
Wow, I really brought the fire. I'm sorry, guys. I started this.
And they're boomers like us. We can't. We
I'm
can't
so
do that.
sorry. I feel so terrible. No,
Oh,
I
you
don't.
should.
Win a game.
You're a monster. Specs, what do you think?
I'm going to the D tier of the Discord tier. I know there was some hype around the team known as Beer Pressure. But I think One Tricks beats them. I think One Trick beats them 4-0.
Oh God.
As much as we've talked about Illusion and how good they are, One Tricks took 2 maps off them. If they're that good of a team, what does that make Beer Pressure? Or what does that make One Tricks? They had some roster changes. They seemed like they're getting their act together. I feel like they can pull that off this week.
Wow. That's a big one, I think. Kind of a sneaky one. I wouldn't have expected you to say that. NPC, who you got here?
Yeah, this is so tough. You know, I feel like upset specials get harder in the second stage, right? Because everybody's kind of in pools. Like you've got teams that, you know, haven't won a map versus teams that haven't won a map. And it's like, is it really an upset to say that, you know, Boop is going to beat the Comets? They're the top 2 teams. It's, you know, is it an upset really? No. So I'm thinking Paradise over Karma. I mean, it's a slim upset, but I like it.
A good upset, actually. I really like that one. I am going to go with. It's only an upset on paper right now. I don't know how much of an upset it actually is. I'm going with Orbit over Rebellion. It seems right now, if you're looking at the polls, showing right now is Rebellion is about a 2-1 favorite over Orbit, and I don't buy that. I think Orbit's a better team. I think they win that match.
The over Edgelords. I like it.
So I'm going Orbit with the upset there. And finally, last but not least, guys, we have your giveaway drawing. Go ahead, NPC.
All right, random number generator. Click. And our winner is Kurt XD. Kurt XD, just in time for the hype train to start, because we are gifting subs like crazy up in here.
Yeah, the hype train has begun. Does that mean we need to drag this on another 5 minutes, boys?
I just want to point out, Modern Lion Art didn't get a gifted sub.
It's
true.
Everything's
right in this world.
You know the hype train. It's crunch time. When there's a hype train.
When there's a hype train, it's crunch time, guys. Absolutely crunch time. Absolutely crunch time.
So good.
Crunch time.
That's so good, guys. So we got a hype train going. We got to ride it just a little bit longer just to see what else. Let's predict some more predictions here while we're at it, guys. Just because there's some really good matches this week. Let's do. I actually think this one's a really good one. Let's do the match between Pogfish and Exiles.
Ooh.
Thug, who you got in that one? Why are you thinking about this? We know the answer.
Pogfish
are going to lose.
Nailed it. Oh.
Pogfish will lose.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's unfortunate, Yeti. Why would you make me do that?
I got Exiles.
Exiles?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play in the in-laws match versus Pogfish. But playing them before in scrims and seeing what the Exiles have, I think Exiles takes it, but it's close. It's very close. So
Exiles 3-1.
Yeah, I agree. I think Exiles for sure. You good?
Cryptic just messaged me now. He says, thank you. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I looked, I'm like, did I gift him a sub? No. He goes, Cactus got one of the gifted subs and he thought it was a Valorant key.
Drops Jabaited.
Oh my god, he got
that
him.
is fantastic.
He got him so good.
He's like, I got a Valorant key. I got a Valorant. Oh,
that's actually the best, honestly. That's the best part of this whole thing, guys.
That is fantastic.
We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the hype train. It's the final level of said hype train. Can we make it happen is the real question.
After
folks.
the podcast, I just pinged Pugs. Pugs are happening. Join PDK in the lobby.
PDK!
Get in on those Pugs, guys. We got Trank Pugs happening tonight. It's going to be a good time. Let's get another match in. This one's a good one. I think. Let's do.
I'll throw one out there real quickly. Tailwind Caliber.
Yeah, that's actually the one I was picking.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
Spicy match, except for the fact that Tailwind and Caliber aren't playing this week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are they not?
They played this past week. It was 2-1-1 map 5. I brought it up.
You're right.
So, Tailwind.
Gone with the huge 5 gifted subs.
Whoa, look at the gifted subs coming in. Yapper coming through. Beth giving some big ones out as well. Look at all these gifted subs going out. I hope more people get confused and think it's their a Valorant key, because it is not.
Oh man, that'd be huge.
It's even better than a Valorant key, honestly, folks.
It's a subscription to the Overwatch Tranquility community.
Right.
Way better.
It's even better than a Valorant key, honestly, because it probably will have longer life than Valorant.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's not true.
You want hot takes here? Valorant is good if you play in a 5 stack. If you play solo, the game is horrid. Horrible if you play solo. But that's me.
I can see that. I can get behind that. You know, I'm just bad at it. I'm just bad at both games.
Yeah.
So.
Same, bro.
You're okay.
No, I'm not. I'm part of the Shorty gang. I don't know what I'm doing.
What did we win? 13-2? Shorty gang.
Right. Shorty gang. Shorty gang. That's true. 13-2 is Shorty gang. All right. Here, let's just do this. Let's just get kind of one final great prediction out. Let's have some fun with it. Harmony tier champ. Go. Thug.
Fuck. Boop.
Bex.
Holy jalapenos.
Thug or NPC.
Boop.
Holy jalapenos.
Nice.
Split panel. Split panel.
I like it.
Yeah, look at the gifted subs still coming in. Guys, we ended up
Absolutely,
getting.
you guys are huge.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your for the contributions to the community. All this stuff goes into these giveaways we do. They would have gone into event week, but that kind of thanks COVID-19.
Maybe we'll have an off-season event week.
Yep, always possible. Always possible. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people just got some nice level 5 hype train emotes. So there you go, guys. Enjoy
Real quickly,
that.
Modern Lion, talk about how Caliber beats Habaneros badly. Very badly.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you again to everybody who subscribed and gifted subs today and the bits and everything. We appreciate, again, all the support you guys give the Tranquility community. Make sure to get in on Pugs happening right now. Go into one of the Overwatch voice lobbies, the public voice lobbies in the Tranquility community server. And otherwise, next week, we bring you the final week of Tranquility community regular season action. That's right, guys.
Fuck.
It's right here. Playoffs are coming.
Right here.
They're
right
just right here, guys. We are. You know what they say about this kind of time, guys?
It's crunch time.
It's crunch time.
It's crunch
everybody. It's crunch
time.
time. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
bro.
For Thug, NPC, and Spec, Skipper, Yeti.
Oh.
Crunch time.
Crunch time, boys.
Crunch time.
Experience tranquility.